Hey guys, Emilia here from emipowed, bringing you today the best tips and tools in how to win at life and your career. I was recently invited by my master's university to share with current students my experience before, during and after my master's studies and how those experiences impacted my career development. And today I share that interview with you. In order to protect participants' identity, Emilia here will be asking Emilia the questions posed by the interviewer and the students. Excited? Let's dive into it. Hi Emilia, thank you so much for joining us today. The students are very excited to hear from you. Would you mind going ahead and introducing yourself?
Hey guys, I'm Emilia, speaking with you today from London, the UK. Just to check, you guys can hear me? Yes, I see it. So yeah, very pumped to speak with you guys from Católica-Lisbon. I'm myself a Católica graduate. Don't quote me on that, but I believe I graduated in 2018. And I can tell you that I'm currently working in my area of study. I've moved to the UK 3 years ago, almost 3 years, to work with Amazon. And I'm currently working as an Amazon e-commerce specialist. And I'm very thrilled to hear your questions regarding this area if you're interested on it. Personally, I've pursued also in other projects. I've recently created my YouTube channel where I tackle actually things that are interesting for yourselves as students right now. And I answer two questions that I wish I had answered when I was a student. So definitely my focus is to help you guys by providing you on a weekly basis tips and tools to win at life and your careers. But definitely the focus for today is life after masters and any questions that you have regarding the masters. Really, really pumped to your questions. Very delighted to see you all here, big audience. And yeah, let's get it started.
Another question that we have for you is, what do you do professionally and does it relate to your studies?
I'll get started by asking you guys one question. What are you guys currently studying? Is anyone here on strategic marketing masters? Not so many, but yeah. For the guys in strategic marketing, just to explain you what I'm doing currently, if you have had a course called MarkStrat, that's exactly what I do in real life. If you haven't yet, I'll explain to you, and it will become clear when you actually get to study that. So basically what I do as Amazon e-commerce specialist, or the other name for my role, trade marketing manager, I currently have a set of products which I activate in the Amazon channel in EMEA market. So I work with actually 5 different countries and 9 different brands. And I need to every day make sure my products are selling on Amazon. Every day they have the right keywords, the right content, and they're always on page 1 and above the folders. So they are the first results consumers see. On top of that, I work with the supply chain team to make sure, hey guys, Amazon is not receiving our products. What's happening right there? I need to work with a content team. Hey guys, our content doesn't look great. Can we optimize this? And I work with a media agency. Hey guys, our campaigns are not doing great. What's happening? So my work, it's a lot of everything. In MarkStrat, you're going to lead with that. You're going to work with a simulation, but actually that exists in real life, which I'm very happy with because I took that course twice. But it was very worthy at the end because today I'm doing what I study, which is highly fulfilling. Not everything I studied matters today, but it was a really good baggage to what I'm doing today and all the knowledge I'm applying.
Awesome! Students also want to know if getting good grades is important and how did you manage to get your professional experiences that you had in the past and the one that you have right now?
Yeah, let me get started on that. It's actually quite interesting. And I've been listening to this audiobook that's called The Defining Decade. It's by a psychologist. She tackles all the points that you go through when you're in your 20s. And she spoke about something that was about networking and that really resonated with me. And I think it's a great way to answer to this question that I did get to the roles where I am currently. For instance, working with Amazon, I was actually doing an internship in Paris before I came to the UK to work with Amazon. And the way I got that role, of course, in part it was due to my qualifications. I made a video on that, but in part of that, that was thanks to the connections I did have. It was actually someone I have met at Católica that they're working at Amazon. And it was one scenario for me to go and apply for that role, but it definitely opened more perspective to go and contact someone that already knew me and they knew my work. They knew like what was my professional profile. And I got in touch with this person. I told them, hey, I saw this role. I believe I'm a really strong fit. And I know there is this internal referral process. Would you mind referring me? And then he saw I was a great candidate too. And that was the way I got into Amazon. Of course, I did have to nail all the recruitment processes, all the stages. And at the end, I got a role. But that having that connect, having that person, that contact that already knew me, that was such a it was such a great point, because that increased my chances of getting into the company. Then now working at Newell Brands, it was actually a very funny story. I did go through a lot of interviews. It's a very tough recruitment process, but at the end, it was being myself during those interviews that really made me be where I am today. I did actually connect with one of the recruiters very well. The role I was applying to actually before, I was not a fit for that role, but on a Friday night, I received a call, and it's this person that I've been in touch with during the recruitment process. And she's like, Emilia, I know you didn't make it through the other role, but I just want to say, like, the team really like you. You're such a great fit for the corporate culture. Like, you have so much potential. There is this new opportunity in my team. Would you be interested in coming to the team? And I was like, okay, yeah, why not? I already went through the recruitment process. I really like the company, the corporate culture. And yes, I feel I'm a fit for the role. So that was the way I got the roles where I am today. What I want to say with this is that it's really important to have connections, but even more important than that is that let the people know you. Let the people know your personality, your working profile, because it's through having these connections and showing who you are that the people will be like, this person, like, they are really a good fit for a company. I would love to work with her. I would love to work with him. Why don't we make them come to the team? I hope that responds to the question. One thing to that point, we're not at all there talking about nepotism. It's not that at all. It's just go into that interview. Think of your interviews as a date. It's like your chance to impress the recruiter and show you are. You will never go on a date with someone that is boring or just think on those occasions as an opportunity, not only to impress the recruiter, not only to get a job, but also to show you are, because it's so important. You never know who's the person like in the next room. You never know like who's in a group project with you. This can be like your next team, like your next colleagues. They can be your next employer. So always think of these opportunities as a chance to connect, because those personal connections is what will make people remember about you.
Emilia, could you tell us about your work-life balance as a student at Católica?
When I look back, I really see how organized I was and how disciplined. On my undergrad, I learned this lesson because I was involved in 6 different extracurricular activities outside of my studies, and that really made me burn out. So when I went to my master's, I really had a focus that was finish your studies and go abroad for your working opportunities. As I said before, I really wanted to go to Paris and pursue in a fashion career, which now it feels to be different, but we have to go through things to really realize what we are passionate about. And during my master's, I really realized that I wanted to focus, I wanted to study, but at the same time, I wanted to have playtime to be with my friends, with my colleagues, and also have like that social experience that it's so valuable and we really can enjoy it when we're students. So I would organize myself, of course, putting my studies as a priority. As Nikolai said, during exams period is completely different. And this is probably one thing that happened with you guys, is that when we're in exams period or in deadlines period, like group projects periods, we completely shut down ourselves. Like, no, I'm not going with dinner with you because I have this project, I have this exam to study for. So I was kind of like that. But honestly, as I said before, burning out is such a thing. And in these times, you really have to have a clear schedule, like have time for studying, of course, but have time as well for having fun. Don't take life too seriously. An exam is an exam. What will that mean for you 1 year after? Of course, you have to go and get those good grades because that's important for you if that's your personality. If you just want to pass, you just want to pass. Like, you have to decide at the end of the day, what is really key for you? What are those things going to mean for you in the long term? Of course, I was organizing myself. Honestly, I just wanted to graduate in a sense. Of course, I wanted to pass with flying colors. I did my best. That was my goal for every exam, every project I'll go for. Give my best, but at the same time, focus on my well-being. For me, that meant going for dinner with a friend, going for a walk nearby the river with friends, going for drinks with friends like over the weekend, having always like connectivity that also give me like my mind space, but at the same time also like focusing my time. As I said, I was attending French classes during the weekends actually, and then on my second year I was actually working full time. So yeah, I really had to be very organized and strategic with my time of when do I study, when do I go for dinner with friends, when do I have fun time, when do I don't do anything at all, because that's important too.
The students are also very interested to know if it was possible for you to collect an internship or any practical experience during your studies.
So being completely honest, it's very tough because the level of demand at the master's program, it's very high. Like we have to deliver at all times. There is a new group project, there is a new exam. As I said, I was working full time during my master thesis semester. So that was very tough. And honestly, I didn't meet my master thesis first deadline. I actually had to go to the second. To be 100% honest, I also went on an internship program that it's actually featured by Catholic, and actually go to Paris with ESCP Paris to work with this other company called Lectra. It's a really great project. And the fact that it was over the summer, it was very refreshing because I was not compromising my performance in my master's or the other activities I had going on. So yeah, in that sense, that helped me a lot. Working full time and studying at the same time, it's very, very tough. I cannot highlight that enough, especially at a rhythm that Católica goes. But I definitely like, it's such a great experience. I think I heard Nikolai speaking about that, how much you get to know about yourself, and it's not easy at all. And I've been sharing this with a couple of people that I was not prepared when I was studying, and I was sitting where you guys are right now. I was not prepared to what was coming next. Going into the job market, it was tough. It was tough in the sense that emotionally and like personally, you go through so many transformations. My first one was, I cannot believe I don't have free time anymore to be with my friends. I cannot believe my friends don't have time anymore to be with me. Oh, what is this about? Is your job more important than me? And at the end of the day, it is, because it's what pays the bills, and it's part of your goals, like getting professional experience. And yeah, to be 100% honest, it was very tough. But going through those internships, especially while you're studying, it gives you so much clarity on, are you studying the right thing? Is that the career path that you really want to follow? And also, like, it continues after your studies. Even today, I just said to you earlier, I thought my dream was to go to France and work in the fashion industry. I wanted to have my Emilia in Paris experience. But today I just said, I want to pursue my career in e-commerce. So it changes all the time, and just don't beat yourself down if what you're studying today or your first internship, it's not what you thought it was. So definitely I tell you, like, yes, if you have that possibility, go on internships. If you have that possibility, go work full time. But also remember, it's so important to take time to think and reflect, what do I want for myself? Take time to think, what is your plan? What is your life plan? What is your career plan? Is your career aligned to your life plan? And those are so important things. Yes, I do wish that I would have enrolled in more internships while I was studying. But that free time that I actually had, it was so important for me to go and get skills that are so valuable today, like knowing how to speak French, knowing how to manage my time, knowing how to connect with people. And those things I learned, like, actually while I was at university, because I had this much time, and those are the things I was passionate about. So really think, what's your plan? Because going on an internship right away, going on a job straight away might not be the right thing for you if you don't know, if you don't have the clarity, what do you want?
Thank you so much, Emilia. Now a final question from us. Looking back in time, what advice would you give yourself at the beginning of the masters that you're not aware of at that time?
I would say, don't take life too seriously. Like, honestly, there is no such thing as like too much of a big problem, because throughout your path you'll find like so many bigger problems, that not meeting a deadline, oh, not making it to an exam, failing a course. Like, just relax. Like, there's always alternatives. Even today, like, I encountered so many difficulties at my current role, and I'm like, oh my god, this is such a big deal. And then I think sometimes, like, back when I used to stress over things that now are so small, and like 1 week later you don't even remember about it anymore. Year later, it's like, what was that thing again? So definitely my advice is, don't take things too seriously. Just enjoy life. Like, life is too short. It's a saying, but it's a reality. Life is too short. You go through so many experiences. My greatest advice would be, learn as much as you can from those experiences and take the learnings with you.
Guys, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video and let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button for more content like this on a weekly basis. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you on my next one.